Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another game of the Oceania Sevens. This one, Fiji taking on Niue. Now, this game could be relatively one-sided. The Fijians, they want to start this competition with a bang. And with the lineup, they've gone with a lot of youth in this starting side. Niue, they are a little bit of the unknown in terms of this Sevens circuit. But for the Fijians in the starting lineup, it is Josesi Batitarenga. Also alongside him, it is Torisi Kiminelli Rasaku. That man might be able to score 3 tries. He is an absolute superstar on the 7th circuit. Jeremiah Matana, Natava Kurisau, also Kabu and Joshua Vakurabeli. So a lot of experience for him under his belt. Josefa Talatholo, a player who is not going to be in this starting lineup. Notovalo also missing out. So some great players for Fiji later on in this game if they do want to use their bench. In the starting lineup for Niue, it is Isaac Tamapo, Regan Atamu, also Keegan Tuhiga, or Tuhinga, hopefully I've said that correctly, Doyle Atumu as well, but that is Sean Atumu, and then Tangi Fafua, and also Jordan Bunce. Now, luckily for us here in New Zealand, normally they show the ad break when they are putting the starting lineups up. We got to see it for a very, very brief moment, but I can tell you one thing, this game's going to be high scoring, and it is hard to predict how aggressive the Fijians will be early on. We saw Samoa just get themselves the victory over the opposition in Tuvalu. They won 36-0, one of the lowest score margins that we've actually seen throughout this competition as of yet. Papua New Guinea, they got themselves a big win. Alongside that, we saw Solomon Islands pulling off a big victory. Tonga doing well. But these sides, I should mention, the Fijians, they have already qualified for the Olympics. They are in this grouping with Niue, Oceania, and also New Zealand. Those are the 3 sides that they are going head-to-head with. It's more playing for pride in this case rather than playing for Olympic qualification. But Niue, like I said, a bit of the unknown. What are we going to get to see from this new side? Now, I will mention the scoreboard will not be updating here. Instead, it will be down the bottom where it is sitting there with it being 0-0. But it is going to be Niue kicking off from right to left, and it is game on. The crowd almost having a hush of silence about them when these 2 sides have taken to the field, but nice run straight down the wing, and big shot coming in on Patitarenga to start us off. Now going off to this left-hand side, I mentioned about a few of those key players in the starting lineup, whether that's Kiminelli Rasaku, who actually has the ball currently and is using a bit of that pace, gets driven close to the touchline. I actually do see Josefa Talatholo is in the starting lineup, so I think that's a late change compared to what they had in their lineup initially. But now, nice pass on the outside from Jeremiah Matana. Another offload. Matana gets it back, gets it shifted out to this left or right-hand wing. Patitarenga, 5 meters out from the try line. Decent defense from Niue so far to not allow the Fijians to break straight through, although it may only be a matter of time. Watching from Latoka. Says Akash, there's a welcome in, mate, and that is going to be the first try of the match. It is none other than, I think, a man who's not even in the starting lineup. In fact, it is Valawa who has been able to score it. We have got the New Zealand cricket team qualified for semi-final, still waiting for Pakistan final game against England, says Vishal. Then I Amish Bro says, Vishal, welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing extremely well, but the first try has been scored by the Fijians. I think that they put up a lineup on the screen and then they've gone with a completely different lineup in this matchup. But like they've said, it's an extremely hard step to stop when you're only a few meters out from your line, when you don't have a lot of room to be able to work with. It makes it very difficult. Vailawa kicks off, beautifully taken there on the wing. Jeremiah Matana gets the inside ball. Niue defending with everything they've got, although this Flying Fijian side, when they sense that they've got a chance of scoring, they normally put the hammer down. Josefa Talatholo breaks through 2, and he will score the try now for Fiji. 2 minutes into the contest, and back-to-back tries for the Olympic gold medalists. Of course, with the fact that they have already qualified for Paris 2024, we are going to get to see once again the Fijians defending their throne, showing everyone exactly how dangerous they can be in the world of sevens. But Josefa Talatholo, nice easy run in for him there. Bit of a different touch there to the Fijian kit. I do see that they've actually got a majority of the players with their full name on the back of their kit rather than just the last name. That is a bit of a change. I just saw Filippo Bucayaro Got the full name there, Josefa Talatholo knocking the ball on, and now Niue will get their first opportunity. Now, they do have a set of brothers in their starting lineup with Tamu going to be there, the Tamu brothers, I guess I should say, in the form of Regan as well as Sean. A little bit of a fun fact there. Now, first scrum of the day. This one will be an intriguing one. I am about to sneeze, ladies and gentlemen. One moment. And we are back. The ball being fed in. Almost stripped away there by Fiji's defence. Oh, setting up their Bunce inside of his 22. Has to try and decide what the plan is. Back to Bunce. Now, Niue keeping the ball alive, and they know that Fijians, in terms of statistically, they are actually one of the best sides at getting turnovers in the breakdown. They've given away the penalty there, though. I believe that was actually Batitarenga, who did end up getting a little bit too handsy on the ground, putting the hands down. And now, looks like there might be a bit of an injury here to Regan. A Tamu. Looks like some sort of stomach or side or some sort of injury around the abdominal region. Did you pull out the beers, bro? Says Ben the Chilean Mari. I think it was just he got a bit crushed by Josefa Talatholo. He's not a small man. He's also very limsy. So you might have got an elbow dug into that midsection. Maybe a bit of a knee in the back or something along those lines that has made him a bit more hesitant to get back to his feet. But it does look like he is going to be all right to be able to continue this match for Regan Mutu. And now he's actually expected to take this kick downfield as well. Trying to find the touchline for the Fijians. Sorry, for the Niueans? Is that what they would be called? How can I watch live in the USA? Please help, says Bang Bang. So depending on, do you have a VPN, Bang Bang, out of curiosity? I believe the only two broadcasters that are actually showing these games are Stan Sport in Australia and Sky Sport in New Zealand. So your best bet would be Stan Sport, mainly because, oh, that's a tip tackle. That's kind of ugly too, and I think that is going to actually be a yellow card to Kimineli Risaku for the way that he has tackled that man. But yeah, if you have got a VPN, you can set yourself to Australia, and then from there you'll actually be able to use Stan Sport. They do have a free trial, and yeah, you should be able to watch all the Oceania Sevens on there without any problems. But yeah, those are the only real options, New Zealand or Australia for watching, which to be honest is really dumb. I feel like they should have options all around the world for being able to watch these games, whether that's like some sort of subscription or just for free. Yeah, that tip tackle was not great from Kimineli Risaku. You can understand why he ended up with that yellow card. He's now going to be sitting off the field for the remainder of the second half. Currently 1 minute 40 remaining. India still looking untouchable after destroying South Africa. So here's chronic underachiever. Yeah, they've destroyed a lot of sides along their way. But who knows? Like, that's the thing. India have got a reputation in the later stages of a Cricket World Cup. They normally crumble at a time that they shouldn't crumble. And it's whether or not this side's going to be able to break that change. Nice kick in behind here for the Fijians. But Titarenga waits for the bounce of the ball. And he gets just that. In fact, it's going to be Nadovalo who is able to go with that kick in behind. Is that game on Sky Sports in New Zealand? It is indeed. So it is on Sky Sport 2. And they are showing all of the action all throughout the 3 days that are taking place. It's nicely kicked in behind there from the Fijians. It's the bounce of the ball the way he wanted it. Like I've said, with Fiji knowing that they are down a man, just being able to use up a bit more of that time on the clock. Looks like Niue are emptying the subs bench at the moment, making about 2 or 3 changes. Try and be a little bit fresher near the end of this first 7 minutes. But also it could be strategic. At the end of the day, they just want to give everyone that opportunity to play. See who are the players who are going to be able to step up in the future bats for them if they do have more opportunities just like this. Currently on the halfway line, Niue missing that pass. Doesn't quite sit up the way that they wanted it to. Lamoni is the man who has been able to clean it up. A lot of pressure in the breakdown from Fiji. The penalty goes the way of Niue. That was for leaving the feet from Batitarenga. I said not a lot of ball available for Niue, so they do have to take their chances when they do end up popping up. Currently 14-0 in this game. In fact, sorry, 21-0. There has been an extra try due to that try scored by Nodovalu. Niue still have it. Trying to get through. Josefa Talathola makes the tackle that time. Might be the penalty for Fiji. In fact, no, it is just a clean turnover. Can look to counter-attack here. Jeremiah Matana. 40 out from their own line here, Fiji. Josefa Talathola sings it across. Only the 6 men on the field. It means that there is a little bit more space opening up. But out wide, Patita Ringa gets the big fend. Now beautiful run from Vailewa. And that will be, or Valawa, I should say, sorry. And he will score another try for the Fijians. That'll take him up to 28 now. One moment, we will go like this. We are back. We are sneezing as often as Fiji are scoring at the moment, which is very often. They have already been able to get themselves 4 tries throughout this first half. There is a chance that they bring up the 50 points here in this contest. Vailawa doing extremely well to be able to score the try. Now, normally we get an ad here in New Zealand at halftime, but I would love to be able to see the halftime stats to do with this game. I know that one of the players who have really stepped up throughout that first half was Vailawa, the man who was able to score that last try. We saw that yellow card of Kiminelli Rasaku. And other than that, it has just been all Fiji on attack. Josefa Talathola showing off why he is one of the keys for Fiji, not just in the last 12 months, but also going forward into the Olympic Games. He could be an absolutely monumental player for the Fijians when they get the chance. The last game of the day is going to be up against New Zealand. That is at about 10:30 p.m. New Zealand time that game has taken place, and we will be covering it on the channel. 2 more games that we've got before that stage is Tonga versus Papua New Guinea. That is going to be at around 8:30, and then also alongside those 2 games we have got Solomon Islands versus Samoa, and that is starting at about 9 p.m. or somewhere around there. That one will be taking place. We're currently getting advertised deck paint, which is ideal if you have a big deck. That sounds bad. Like Kiwis, we say, what is it called? Veranda? No, it's not called a veranda. What's the wood outside your house that you have? A porch. That's what it's called for some people. Second half just around the corner. Fiji will look to continue speeding towards the victory here and resting some of their key players perhaps when they do go head-to-head with New Zealand now that the job is almost done already after that first 7 minutes. See more of the same from Fiji here by the sounds of it is the goal. Like I said, Fiji haven't had a lot of pressure on them from this Niue side. And I have to say, like, Niue, they had some decent face play near the end of their half, just being able to put together a few tackles in a row of the Fijian defence. But it's whether or not they can do that consistently for longer periods of time to really push this Fijian outfit. Another nice step there. About 22 metres from the halfway line currently for Niue. It's a nice step from Tamu. Gets the offload away. Still half a chance here that they will be able to score themselves at least 1 try throughout this game. Vial tackled by Josefa Talathola, who puts him very close to the touchline. Hands down from Fiji, leaving his feet. I want to say that was Jeremiah Matana. Penalty does stand for Niue, who are now 35 metres out from Fiji's line. Going back to the right-hand side here. Skip pass out wide. Ooh, a little bit slippy out there. It's supposed to be relatively dry, but I think in doing so with that weather, it means that the sprigs are just getting a bit stuck in the turf, making it hard to be able to get those good side steps going. Although in that game between Solomon Islands and I think it was American Samoa, we actually saw a Solomon Islands player do a backflip after scoring the try, which was a unique celebration you don't see too often. Selling a dummy there, straight through That was about as easy as you like for the Fijians, and that will be the first try of the second half. It is Niue Sevens who has been able to score it for Fiji. Looks like he's also going to convert his own try. That'll make the score now 35 points to 0 in favour of the Fijians. So actually a pretty similar scoreline to what we saw for Samoa after their full 14 minutes of play. Niue Sevens though scores the try, easily claimed by Fiji, although it is going to be the penalty here. Oh, the call is it hasn't gone the 10. I'm sure that did though. I thought that was about 12 metres or 13 or so. And I'll say, hey, Hamish, hope you're well. I'm writing exams later. I'll wish me luck and enjoy the stream, says Luke. So good luck. Hopefully it does go all smoothly for you in your exams. I think a lot of people have got them at this time of year, don't they? Including the local schools. That's going to be a nice step here from Niue. Passing out wide. There is another sneeze. It was a surprise one. Didn't have time to mute, but that another penalty goes the way of the Fijians. Like they've said, that low body height and the breakdown allows the Fijians so often to be able to get that ball back. Seeing it back across. It's loose, and Niue with their first chance to score, and they get there in the end. And that is a massive try for Niue. Just a little mistake from Fiji leads to the gap that allows the first Niue try. Go like this. Like that, there we go. Niue Sevens, the man who scored the last try, is trying to pass it to Kiminelli Rasaku, who was ready for it to his credit, but he just didn't quite get it into his hands. And due to that, the first try being scored by Niue. Tough kick from the sideline, goes just away to the right. Still 33 points to 5. Hey, I have 35 points to 5. I must have given them an extra bonus too at some point. There we go. I should mention New Zealand are going to be in action for the next game. That is up against Oceania. I have no idea who is in that Oceania team, as I haven't been able to find it, unfortunately, which has been a bit of a trend with this Oceania Sevens, whether it's lineups, squads, any information along those lines. That was a mistake from Fiji. They had a 3-on-1 looking for the pass across, but it doesn't actually find any hands of the team. Nicely stolen in the breakdown back, though, for Fiji. And Kambu. That will be the penalty one now from the Fijians. Another fend offload. Here comes Kambu. Offloads to Jeremiah Matana. And another try has been scored by the Fijians. And that will give them a few more points on the board now. Right, we are back. We are sneezing flat out, though. Gotta love the English, or the New Zealand summer, I should say. 38 points to 5 at the moment, although there is still a kick to come, so it could end up sitting. Yes, the kick has gone over. Now 40 points to 5 in favour of Fiji. There we go. Short kickoff has been claimed. Another chance for the Fijians going out wide. Ball bounces up, although they have called it as a knock-on, so once again there will be another scrum here for the Niue side. I am sneezing like it's going out of fashion. Not ideal. But we're still doing all right. We're just turning very bright red from all the oxygen that we are using up. But it was a good choice to go out wide for Fiji, just a little bit knocked on. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because we've seen some of the lower ranked sides actually bring up the 50 points. But there is a chance that we see Fiji and Samoa both not be able to bring up 50 points in their opening games. And it isn't because of the caliber of opposition that they are facing, I don't believe. I think it's just that for some reason there doesn't seem to be that same hunger from some of those big teams, maybe as we're seeing from the lower ranked sides. And as the competition goes on, we will probably see it change, mainly because some of these big sides, once they start finding their momentum, that is when they will definitely be a lot more dangerous. But for now, the adrenaline is flowing for these lower ranked sides. And they're looking to make the most of their opportunity. Almost stripped away from, I believe that was Atamu. Now trying to break through Niue. Good ball retention though. They've had the ball for about 2 minutes until, of course, the Fijians take it back. Kiminelli Rasaku. It's a 2-on-1 and a nice easy run in for Waisia Natungu. In fact, he gives it off to a teammate. And it will be another try here for the Fijians. Thought that was possibly going to be Kabu who was in the right place, right time for that offload. We'll update it once more. Like this and like that. The kick should go over. So they'll make it 47 points to 5 now. I am Oceania URC Games tonight, says Yanlu. So the plan is to do the game between Cardiff and the Bulls tomorrow morning New Zealand time. That is the one that we are hoping to do. And yeah, hopefully it all goes smoothly in that regard. Oh, hang on. Number 23 is going to get a yellow card for the Fijians. There's a high tackle. Okay, so they've actually, yeah, the TMO's actually got involved there. Yeah, it's no try because of the high tackle made by Fiji. So now Niue, they have got themselves the last chance of this half. Only just out from their own line. Doyle. Set across once more. A lot of pressure coming on, but Niue being able to handle that nicely. Talega runs out of space to be able to work with. But Fiji, like I mentioned, the two sides, Samoa and Fiji, the two who were expected to win comfortably, have actually not been able to get as many points as some of those lower ranked teams. Nice bit of work there in the breakdown. No, he left his feet. So now another penalty going the way of the Fijians. That was the big man, Kabu, offloaded. And a good run forward. Rossi will score the last try. And he waits. Even though it's full time. Don't know if you realise that though, but it is now going to be the end of the contest. Fiji will get their try. And also, TMO gives me Rugby World Cup bad flashbacks, says Vespa Lind. Of course, we saw the TMO quite prominent throughout their Rugby World Cup competition more recently. That kick has gone over. That will make the score now 47 points to 5 in favour of the Fijians. So they have won themselves their first contest. I don't believe we've had an upset as of yet in this competition, but Oceania going head-to-head with New Zealand in the next contest. I don't know whether that will be the game that we see that upset, but perhaps somewhere along the weekend we will get to see one. But the next game that we are covering, it is in about 2.5 hours time, ladies and gents. That is Tonga taking on Papua New Guinea. And then alongside that, there is another game after that. Solomon Islands taking on the Samoans. And then the last game of the weekend, or the last game of today that we are covering, is actually New Zealand versus Fiji. That is at 10:30-ish New Zealand time. So be sure to give that a look. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. Hope you have enjoyed the Sevens commentary so far. We have got plenty more coming. Hopefully, we get to see some more lineups along the way, so we know exactly who is taken to the field. But thank you all very much for being here. I will see you all for the next one.